I'm Renee, and with Parenthood Prep, we're doing our sexy self-care, and I want to introduce someone who is just a lovely human being. I've gotten the chance to know her for a while now, and just really excited that she wanted to do this with us. So she is a photojournalist turned psychotherapist. She is really drawn to psychology as a second career because of her own life challenges. Mm-hmm. And she decided that she wanted to be a psychotherapist to help people live a more meaningful and lasting life. Yes?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And yes. I want to welcome Colleen King.
Hi. Thank you, Renee, for letting me join you with this. I'm excited to talk about sexy self-care.
So it's kind of a loaded term, and we like how it's kind of provocative, and everyone kind of looks at it a different way. So some people, it's just a complete range. So I'm curious, when you hear that term, what does that tell you, or what comes to your brain?
Well, to me, what comes to my brain is ways to help me and help others feel sexy. Which means feeling good about yourself. So to me, sexy self-care is about self-worth and how to build that, how to create that so you carry that self-worth with you, whether you're at work or you're at home in the community, or whether you're in a relationship, an emotional and physical intimacy.
I love that. So you're the first one to mention self-worth. So I'm really curious, what is self-worth?
It's being able to feel like you are a good person, that you're whole and healthy as an individual, and that you don't have to have another person to feel complete, and that you can...
Amen, sister.
I know, right? And when you do have another person, a partner that you're sharing your life with, that you can, when you have that, whole sense of self-worth, you can be much more emotionally intimate and present in the relationship.
I love
for
that.
yourself and for the other person.
And I imagine that you would attract somebody else who has a lot of self-worth too. So the two of you.
Exactly. Right. When you're talking about healthy relationships, when you, there's, a saying most people have heard, or many, that you need to love yourself before you love someone else. And it's true. That's why so many people say it. Healthy. And especially if you have some self-hatred or feel really negative about yourself, then most of the time you may be looking to feel good about yourself and getting that from other people rather than internally. And so when you're looking outside yourself for feeling good, for feeling worthy, it tends to draw people that, may be either abusive or not present with you, not emotionally available. And so it's just not the best match.
Yeah,
especially if you're not sexy for yourself or anyone else. So building your self-worth as parents, you need to do it individually, as I talked about, and then communicate about it together as parents. And so, the many distractions that are going on is with, your children. Yeah, just a little bit, huh? In addition to all the other areas of life, I work with people to create balance and thrive. So creating balance in all those areas of life, including parenthood, including relationships and home life, is really to take care of yourself individually, and that includes socially, emotionally, intellectually, cognitively, physically, and how parents can do that is by really communicating with one another about it and really learning how to have those deep, emotionally intimate connections.
Mm-hmm.
And that happens by being vulnerable, which I know can be scary for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So when you make a mistake or something doesn't go right and you feel bad about it, by telling your partner that, oh, this happened today and I feel kind of sucky about it, you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And not necessarily wanting the other person to fix it, right? You're just wanting them to hear it and say, I'm sorry you feel that way. And,
Mm-hmm.
I love you. Yeah. And so I think by having that communication is how the self-worth is built individually and together as a couple.
I love that. Okay.
As well as their parenting style, right?
Mm-hmm. So I was reading your list of stuff and you were saying communication is really important and making time to connect emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so hard to make that time to connect. Like, any tips on how to create that time?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one good way for busy couples with parents, work, and various other things is to actually make an appointment. And I know this may sound silly or forced, but to whatever the schedules are like, is to know that, twice a day for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it is, as morning and night, or middle of the day, 2 different times in the day when you're going to see each other,
Mm-hmm.
no matter where it is, you're going to see each other, is that you're going to have a physical and emotional connection. And however that works for each person, what feels good, whether it's it's that love language kind of thing. If one person likes the physical connection, and so a hug and a kiss, or even just and some cuddling, or saying some certain words, and just really connecting and saying hello, good morning, how what's going on inside you. Oh, I'm feeling stressed, or I'm feeling worried, or I'm feeling great this morning. And how are you? And just so doing a short emotional and physical connection of whatever each person needs, and having each partner meeting that need through the love language, whatever that is. Just making time for those little short connections where you're plugged in, and put it on in your phone. Like if you're using your phone, put it on your calendar, remind you, or at lunchtime, if that's a good time, every day at 12, your reminder goes off, and it's like, okay, so make the effort, get up, go over, give them a hug, do whatever, and just kind of check in emotionally and physically. It doesn't have to be a big, long, conversation. It can just really be having that connection can help you stay, kind of plugged in throughout the day, even if you don't have time to talk about everything that's going on.
Right. I love that. Yeah, because you just get so busy and so stressed, and you just kind of forget, oh yeah, I like you. You're kind of fun. Let's connect.
Right.
I love that. So
yeah, because it's easy to get caught up in the routine.
Yeah,
and forget.
And if you don't make the space for it, then it's just not going to create itself. I love that.
Right.
So Colleen, I want to talk a little bit about your practice and the way that you serve our community.
Okay.
So I know that you are an expert in mood disorders.
Yes. So I work with adolescents and adults that are living with anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, and some other mood disorders as well. And I help parents work through, manage the symptoms by giving them effective coping skills that are individual to what, how it works with them and what meets their needs and their lifestyle, their schedule. And then working with that individual to, again, communicate to their partner what it is that they need. So as maybe a partner of somebody that has anxiety, to learn about what it means to have anxiety and what are the physical and emotional symptoms. Maybe having the person tell their partner what their triggers are and how they maybe can help them, like give them a reminder to, go do some deep breathing and meditation, or to take a walk, or to create a plan together as parents of how to support one another, because the person that doesn't have the mood disorder needs support as well.
Totally, right.
Yes, just a different kind. So, creating a plan, first of all, for the coping skills, and then creating the communication about how each person can help one another, is really clear. So
that's beautiful. I know that you do like a lot of art and mindfulness, and it's just like your practice sounds so fun.
Thank you. Yes. So I use all kinds of interventions depending on what works with people. If folks are visual or kinesthetic, like doing hands-on things, I do a lot of visualizations, guided visualizations, meditations, and all kinds of different artwork. But don't let the word art scare you, because there's no rules in art. That's my only rule. So we do creative things to process, if that's a better way to do it, or an additional way. We do writing, and yes, mindfulness, paying attention, being aware of what's going on now in the moment, physically, emotionally.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so I do lots of different things, just depending on what works with each person.
Yeah, you are kind of a kick-ass therapist.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Back at you.
Thank you. So Colleen, you live in Sacramento, you work in Sacramento.
I do.
And so you serve clients in Sacramento. Is there any like online stuff to where, like, if our audience is out of Sacramento, they can like read your blog or visit your website?
Yes, they can visit my website at insightcounselingsacramento.com. And I do have a blog on there that gives information about how, to helpful things to manage different mood disorders, as well as things like self-worth and relationships, and just feeling overall better.
Fantastic. So we'll link all that up when we air this video.
Thank you. Yeah, great.
Yeah, so you definitely want to check Colleen out.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Colleen. I really appreciate your time and energy and your beautiful tips.
Thank you. And good luck to you and all the wonderful parents and awesome work you're doing with them, because I know you guys are so passionate about helping parents feel good about themselves and raise happy, healthy kiddos. And right. I know that you are an excellent role model in that.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, you met my kiddos. Well, one of them.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, well, so thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.